So first of all, big shout out to Spencer Pitts for coming over. I'm a huge fanboy. I like the way he presents. He gave a good intro for me, so I'm going to talk a little bit more about Workspace ONE Intelligence. If you can't read the title, it's about intelligence. Normally, this would be a two-man show. I would be standing here with Frederik van Hoornik. He's the EUC pre-sales from Belgium, from VMware, but he couldn't make it, so I'm doing it solo. So bear with me. So, first of all, let's get back. So, who am I? This is a picture from back in the day, from about a year back. It's the first time I was going to meet Duncan Epping, so I was a little bit overexcited. So who am I? I'm Maarten Caus. I'm an EUC consultant from Belgium, not from in the Netherlands. We started a Belgian office a year ago. I tweet a lot, so if you want to get in touch with me, you can always reach me at Maarten Caus, or I'm just a fresh free expert from 2019. You can find me on my blog, just maartencaus.be. So, human intelligence. What does human intelligence mean? Intelligence is the ability to acquire and apply knowledge and skills. So it does not mean just fill up Wikipedia, it's just an idea. I just wanted to put it out there. So, okay, the human brain. So we have a lot of senses. They generate input and they generate output. So, what are our senses? So we have sight, hearing, smell, taste and touch. So to give a good example from, okay, what does generate input and output? Whoever had a hangover? Now everybody is lying. Whoever had a hangover? Okay, that's more seeing is believing. Okay, so this guy drank way too much last night. So, okay, what we get in, what was our senses? Okay, we drank way too much. Okay, what's the next morning look like? Okay, I'm not doing it again. And probably the first thing you think about is from, okay, I won't drink a beer now. So, okay, what was the input? Okay, we drank a lot of beer. Okay, the next morning, what's the output? Yeah, we won't drink beer again. Just in a short sight of how our senses generate input and output. So, from a Workspace ONE point of view, what are our senses? So, our senses are UEM. Who knows what UEM stands for? Okay, so just to be quick and to be obvious, UEM is not about VMware User Environment Manager. It's Workspace ONE Unified Endpoint Management. I've heard that it might change, VMware User Environment Manager might change names, that we don't have the mix-up anymore. We have our Identity Manager. So Identity Manager is the identity and access solution from VMware. Spencer also gave a short shout out about Apptelligence, so I won't go into that. And what is announced and what is coming in the near future is also information about Horizon, that is one of our senses for Workspace ONE Intelligence. So, what does this all mean? So we got all our different inputs. So what we do, we aggregate all this data into one big data lake. We correlate all the data we got together. Then from all that data, based on AI, we can create insights. And based on those insights, then we can create actions. So we can automate stuff. So what does it mean in the output? So we can create nice dashboards. Who likes dashboards? Okay, great. So to keep our bosses happy, we always need, of course, reports. So we can generate reports. We can do it on a weekly basis. You can time them. You can even, if you have a nice dashboard, you can even create a report out of it, and you can have it sent once in a day, once a week. We can create automatic actions from it. So we're all IT guys, most of us. So we like to automate stuff, so we can have a beer or drink more coffee. And the other stuff is fun. Okay, we can also send notifications. There are a lot of integrations with other products as well. One of the fun ones is Slack. You can have a Slack message sent when something happens. So how does this all come together? So also the slide Spencer already showed. So I won't go. I will go through it a little bit faster. So we have all our different points of all our senses from UE and Identity Manager, Apptelligence, and Horizon. We all put them together into one big data lake, and then out of that, with all that data that's collected and we have insights, we can create decisions and we can create dashboards, reports, actions, and we can now set notifications. So, how does Workspace ONE Intelligence look like? Currently it's only offered as a cloud offering, but from where do we get all our data? One nice example is unified endpoint management, but like I said, we also integrate with VMware Identity Manager. We get user logins, app launches, stuff like that. I'll show a demo later on so that you can see it in action. We put all the data together. Who knows what MVD stands for? Okay, no one, nice. It's about the National Vulnerability Database. So in that database, all IT threats, security, also a lot of the, how do you say it, the virus definition securities are based out of the National Vulnerability Database. So we take a lot of input from there and all other vendors you saw on the Zero Trust. And we can also, and we can use that data to also have, a great one is probably the example about the WannaCry. Who hear about the WannaCry problem? We all hear that one. I got a nice demo about that one as well, how we can, in the Workspace ONE Intelligence world, how we can solve that. So another thing is, and that's what I learned in Belgium from Frederick, we get a lot of information from all the products, from a lot of vendors, but VMware doesn't keep all that data. We also share it back to other platforms as well, so other partners can be more security as well. The other product that also was mentioned was Apptelligence. So the great thing about Apptelligence is it's an SDK. You can wrap it around an app so that you can know, for example, for Salesforce, if you know, okay, is the app working well or is the app not working well? Is it crashing constantly? Or if you have your own in-house developed app, it's running in a certain region and it's not working well over there, you can see it all from, okay, the app is not launching well, where it is and stuff like that. So it's a nice acquisition. So what's available today? And there are a lot of stuff is coming in the future, but I'll talk about what is available today. So from Unified Endpoint Management, we have our devices. So we have insights in, okay, how many Windows 10 devices do we have? And not just Windows 10, but we can check the version we have, iOS devices, Android devices, and everything else that is out there. Again, we can create reports out of it. We can do automation and all stuff like that. Apps. About the apps, we can see, okay, which apps have been launched, which apps are installed. With UEM, we can even distribute apps, all stuff like that. Another big thing is, who knows the pain about Microsoft Windows Update? Yeah, so many people. One of the nice things now is UEM integrates with Windows 10. With Windows updates, and the nice thing is you can just integrate into the existing rings of Microsoft. So you can just put your own, if you have your own groups or smart groups in UEM, let's say for IT, gets the first ring, so you're in the developer preview, you get all the updates, and then you can just add the other rings as well to your other groups, and you can do it. You can do it like that. It's more of a delivery first instead of testing first. And so you IT can test it. If there is not a problem, then automatically you can get them approved, and they will be pushed down to devices. A great one is sensors. Anyone heard about sensors? Okay, someone. So okay, what is great thing about sensors? It's still fairly new. It's just GA, I think a week or 2 weeks ago. We can now integrate. We can everything you can you still can use like legacy. You can do with a VMI filter. You want to know from, okay, for example, what is a certain hard disk? Is my device encrypted? Is a certain BIOS setting, all stuff like that. And that's now also integrated in UEM, and you can get the data out of the device into Workspace ONE Intelligence, so you can also use those sensors to set certain, let's for example say a BIOS password has been changed or has been cracked, so you can get an insight from that and then work from there. We also integrate with Identity Manager. What's great thing about that? Identity Manager offers a lot of points of authentication, so not just only username and password, but also two-factor authentication with VMware Verify. We integrate with Radius, all stuff like that. You can see from, okay, what are the most authentication methods used, or is there a problem with one? All that information we can get from Identity Manager as well. So how does this look like? So like Spencer said, It's currently only a cloud offering. It's currently, I'm not going to name all the parts where it's available, but one big thing, and that might be an issue for us in Europe, Apptelligence is only US only. So from GDPR point of view, Apptelligence, the data is not in the EU, the data is in the US. So from UEM's point of view, there are a lot of different regions here, but the big takeaway here is, who of you has a UEM tenant? Oh, great! More than I would think. The nice thing is, if you now would order Workspace ONE Intelligence, it will be applied to you in the tenant that is closest to you. So, if, like for example, I have a customer who has a tenant in Germany, in Frankfurt. Okay, your Workspace ONE Intelligence tenant will be hosted in Germany as well. So that we can be GDPR compliant. Another quick question. Does anyone have any ideas how many vulnerabilities were patched in Windows 10 last year? 100, 200, 50, 1,000? Close. It were 709. So it was from last year. So if we have 709 vulnerabilities available, and it's all about you have to patch all your devices. Wouldn't it be great? We can automate all that stuff, and just by a press of a button. Good news is we can do it now, and you can do it with Workspace ONE UEM. The last one you see over there from 2019, it's 192. That's just from until April. This graph was made. So already this year there were 192 vulnerabilities patched in Windows 10 in the latest version. So thinking about now already in April 192, I think we will top this year the 709. So I will go through this one quickly. So from the CVE database, all threats are quantified by a number. So we can use those numbers in Workspace ONE Intelligence to make a decision based on it. So we can draw up a filtering from, okay, get me all of devices with where are not patched all the security threats between 7 and 10 or critical between 9 and 10. Then we can get a report out of that, and then we can automate that all the machines that are not up to date with the latest patches for very critical, we can automate that action. And the nice thing is you can the report you can run, you can see day by day or week by week, so that you can send out if your boss asks from, okay, how are you with the security patching? Okay, you can just send out a report, and instead of it coming back to you, you can automate it, and you can say send them on Friday every Friday, just send them out a report, and there you go. So how does this all come together? It's in Zero Trust. One that is missing here, Spencer has later slides than me. The one is on another integration I like is coming with Zscaler as well. So 3 are announced that will be coming soon. Carbon Black is one of them. So we will get more about, we're going to a Zero Trust approach. So that we don't trust the user, but we trust actually the content you are accessing it. So, but like I said, it's not. We're getting a lot of information about all of these vendors and others, but we will also give information back, so we can, with all our partners, we can be happier together. So, what does this mean? In other words, it's a slide from Frederick. Kudos to him. So, what is Workspace ONE Intelligence with all the automation? It's actually a compliance engine on steroids. So what can we do? We can automate, we can check from, okay, are all our devices encrypted? Okay, great. If it's not encrypted anymore, then we can take an action with compliancy, and then we can say, no, your device has to be encrypted, and until your device is encrypted again, for example, we can take away your VPN connection or your virtual pane. Otherwise, I think it's security threats, cyber attacks. They will coming more and more. I think WannaCry patching. I think we will see something new in the near future. If you then have a solution like this in place, then you're good to go and you can have a good night's rest. What's also nice with integration with Apptelligence and with integration with Identity Manager, we can see licensing, app usage. In the next demo, in the first one, in the second demo, I will show you how you can keep track of your Office 365 licenses, so that you don't just pay for 1,000 users and that there are not 1,000 users accessing Office 365 web. Like I mentioned earlier, always the updates, or that's one VMware has used a lot. Check the battery life. Instead of just when you know, okay, my battery is bad, okay, you send in a service ticket. Now we can check that beforehand with the sensors. We can say, okay, well, we can permanently check your battery health as long as your battery is okay or not below a certain percentage after a few hours, and state that your battery is becoming bad. Then IT can just send you out just a new battery if it can be replaced, of course. So, demo time. First demo, so this one is about the WannaCry patching. So user logs on. Here we get into our dashboard about from VMware Intelligence. We get a hit from okay, Workspace ONE in. Just pause it for a moment. Oh. Go back once again. Play. Okay, just gonna let it play out, because in the next part you can see we get the notification WannaCry. Okay, there's a patch that's coming in from the CVE database. Okay, we need to patch all our devices at once. They create an action, and this is going way fast. But Workspace ONE apply patch. Okay, if it's not okay, then quarantine the devices, take an action, and then apply the patch. Here we can see, okay, which all of the devices are impacted and don't have the app patch installed. This is a demo how it would look for the user. So okay, you get a notification you're not up to date. So now we get revoked 2 apps. We can see now the patch being installed in the backend, and until the when the patch is applied, then we get access again to the 2 applications. In this demo, okay, it's just 2 SaaS apps. I know when a crack patch occurs, you want to do something else than just revoke 2 SaaS apps. But for example, this could be a VPN connection or something like that, or access to your Horizon on-premise environment. So that was demo 1. Nice, or not? Yeah. So the next one is about we integrate with Identity Manager. And it would be nice if we start from the beginning and not from the end. No, that's not what I want. Okay, now it's starting from where it should start. Because I spend a lot of time starting it from a certain point in time, so. Okay, great, so we're back again. So the first thing we have to do is integrate with our existing environment. You just add your URL from your VIDN tenant, then you sign in with your local system domain account. So with the local admin, so no domain, so no Active Directory account. Okay, great, we're signed in. So Workspace ONE Intelligence integration, okay, great. So now, okay, we're integrated. So what are the ones we get to see? So first of all, we can see all the trend of user logins, login failures in the past 7 days, top five apps launched by total launches. VMware, for example, they started using Zoom instead of WebEx. You can see now the adoption from app launches, Zoom versus WebEx. The next one we will see is from login failures. So you can drill down into the data. So it's not only just these dashboards. You can create your own. So now we will see, user logins. I want to know login failures by authentication method. For example, we can have radius, just username and password from Active Directory. And here you can see, what's the difference? So we have local password, we have password local directory, mobile SSO, Kerberos authentication, and we can see the trend about what the failures are. You can do it for the last 7 days, and there's a lot available. So you can do it in a table, in a vertical. It's just if you like dashboards, then you have to buy Workspace ONE Intelligence. So it's also nice when you drill down into the data, you can create an automatic dashboards as well. So that it's always there when you log in, just like with you would create dashboards in visualize operations. So the next one we'll be showing is more about app launches. So we can get good information from that. For here we can see Office 365, VMstar, Salesforce, Service Desk, Core Confluence. How many times was the app launched, and how many times? And this is now from 1 day, but you can add a week or stuff like that. You can create your own filters. There, the one is again from you can see how many times was Zoom launched and WebEx. For example, if you want to migrate to another app, you can see the app is now not being used anymore, only around 5 users instead of 500. Then you can start migrating. You can turn off the old application. So here now we can get to see where were the app launches for a certain so based on the username for the last 7 days. Then we have a nice overview from all the different applications. So this is also very nice for if you have an application that has a very expensive license. How can you keep track of that? With this, you can be compliant and you know how many licenses you need, and you can cut costs. So you can say to your boss, I need more money to buy Workspace ONE Intelligence. The money you win from the licensing from the licenses, then you can buy Workspace ONE Intelligence. So now about Office 365, we want to know in the last 30 days how many users used it. Let's skip ahead a bit. So here we are, Office 365 part. I want to know last 30 days. So 17,700 users, daily unique users, 2,100. Unique users. It's great to see. So we have the total app launches as well. We can see. So this is how you can keep track if you need more licenses or all your licenses being used, and that's how you can optimize your costs as well. Who knows VMware at techzone.vmware.com? Who doesn't know it? Everybody else. That's the one main go-to place if you want to know anything more about Workspace ONE Intelligence, Van Horizon. It's a great website. So, just a quick shout out. I did not draw that. Anyone, NYB, who this guy is? Peter Bjork, yeah, great. Like Spencer also mentioned, there is a new trend coming out, and it's Zero Trust, or from Google, Beyond Corp. Who has heard about Beyond Corp? not that many. VMware is also one, the first to be the partner up with Google. I'm not going to go dive deep into zero trust. I just want to point it out. He wrote a very great article about what zero trust is and how it could be, what it could mean for the future, and how it could be more of a thing instead, like Spencer pointed out, instead of doing everything on the perimeter and we always match, we just maintain the access to it. No, then it's all about the application, and then we will more manage the access to the application. So from every device, from anywhere you connect, it's untrusted. Now we protect the data and we protect the application. So if you want to learn more about Workspace ONE Intelligence, I recorded a few whiteboards. You can visit them there. There are great hands-on labs. Who know hands-on labs? Okay, great. So you can play around it for yourself. Like I said, VMware Tech Zone. I'm trying to be a subject matter expert. You can always reach out to me at Maarten Caus or at my blog. Are there any questions about Workspace ONE Intelligence? No? Okay, great. Easy for me. So I just want to quick mention out, later on there is a very interesting session about running legacy apps in a GPU-powered instant clone desktop. I'm not going to tell more, but if that is not a great user, then I don't know what is. I wrapped up my part a little bit faster because Spencer stole some time. So for me, coffee time. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you very